Okay, funny story. My wife was listening to my podcast the other day. Yes, she does that. And she said, "What's this thing called Whatnot you keep talking about on your podcast? Are you shopping without me?" Yes, I am. I'm cheating on you. It's called Whatnot. It's live shopping with chat, and it's a lot of fun. Look, I coach a lot of people online. I coach people to make money online. Most don't know how to do it. And I have been telling a few lately to go to Whatnot, see what they're doing, and give it a try. If you're a Whatnot seller, you really shine, and your people find you. And that's a big deal because if you're selling online, they need to find you for you to make money, right? And then they become repeat customers because they see your face, not just your logo. Whatnot is the largest dedicated live shopping platform, whether it's beauty, it's collectibles, electronics, luxury, fashion, even cookies. Yep, cookies. Sellers are building real thriving businesses. Anyone can do it too. Some people on Whatnot are selling, get this, 10 times as much as they do on other major marketplaces. And you don't know this, but Whatnot buyers spend more than an hour on the app every day. They're not browsing. That's why they call them buyers. They're buying your stuff. So here's how it works. You go live, you showcase your products, and you earn real income. Search Whatnot, WHATNOT, in the App Store, download, and you can start selling right away. So I've been talking about the glasses I ordered from Zenni Optical, my sponsor. Now, I've never ordered glasses online before. I didn't trust it, to be honest. But mine had a scratch, and Zenni was my sponsor, so I kind of sort of had to do it, right? I mean, I can't tell you about it if I haven't done it. So my previous thinking was, prices are too cheap. These can't be good. I'm not going to like them. I'm picky. I take that back. Mine costs about $70, and I can't tell the difference from the $500 pair I purchased 2 months ago. By the way, my wife likes them too. She said they look good on your face, and I want some too. And at about $70 or less, I can buy them. I am surprised, and I'm a customer. Zenni Optical has prescription glasses, sunglasses, blue light lenses, all starting at under $30. Go to Zenni.com, pick a frame, upload your prescription. They'll ship it to your door. No appointment, no store, no upsell at the counter. And Zenni has that virtual try-on, so you can see exactly how the frames look on your face, and that is very cool and confidence building. If your glasses are overdue for a refresh, now it's time. Go to Zenni.com/podcast and use the code podcast15 for 15% off your first order. The styles sell out pretty quick, so don't sit on this. Go to ZENNI.com/podcast, promo code podcast15.
Never give up, fighting till the end, gotta get back up. No time for loss, fighting till the end, no matter what the cost. Keep moving, gotta get back up. What? Keep moving, gotta get back up. Keep moving, gotta get back up. What? Keep moving, gotta get back up.
So when I first started doing the kind of work I do these days, about 25 years ago, I think. Oh, when I started, was it 25 years ago? 35 years ago, my goodness. I started when I was 13. It's crazy. But you know what? It was all about stand up, take a step, repeat, and a recipe for me, if you will, of how to get things I wanted. And over time, people have asked me, well, what do you mean by that whole thing? We mentioned that earlier on the week. Today, I'm going to break it down for you just a little bit. A very simple way for you to focus on the things you want. A simple way for you to really look at your life and the way it's really going. But, just be honest about it and make those changes along the way. It's not that difficult. And the longer you live and the more you go through this personal development process, the more you'll realize that it's not necessarily what you learn, because at some point when you learn a lot of stuff, you're going to start getting rid of stuff and just doing what works for you. And let me see if I can give you a shortcut to that today. Would that be cool? We can do that. It is a daily boost from motivationtomove.com, the positive boost you need every single day since 2006, doing this thing. Walked in the studio a long time ago and never forget doing it. Do you ever have one of these things where you're like, I think I can do something? I was looking to change my life a little bit. I had my business, doing film, doing TV, doing voiceover work, all that kind of stuff. But spending years and years and years studying personal development and running businesses, I kind of wanted to get in that world. Didn't know how to. I should write a book, start a newsletter, go on the speaking circuit, all that stuff. It's overwhelming, right? Because whenever you start anything, it's always overwhelming. I had no idea what to do with it. And so I've been doing some kickboxing stuff. I've been motivating people in the gyms for years and years and years, which is why I had to get my hip replaced. I couldn't figure out how to make it bigger than that. So one day I said, well, maybe I can just talk about it. And had no idea how. Maybe I do a radio show. And this actually started as a radio show, an AM radio station years and years ago. That's where this first began to happen. $300 a week to go out and do a radio show that nobody listened to. But I was doing it. Still have those original shows, and no, you'll never hear them. It's not going to happen. But then this thing called podcasting came out. I'll never forget sitting down and deciding I was going to do a show. And I'll never forget going through the challenge I'll never forget putting it out there for the world to hear. And I'll never forget, after coming back from TGI Fridays, having some Sesame Jack chicken and some fries and a couple of Sam Adams beers. I had just launched a bunch of fitness podcasts, and I came back, and I had about 25 people saying, "Where have you been?" Thank God none of them knew that I was having all that beer and chicken wings and everything. None of them knew either. My very first purchase on my business debit card was a burrito. Who knew that just deciding to start something and do something and dig in would find the path that would lead to 20 years of really enjoying what I've been doing for a living? It can happen for you too. If it hasn't happened yet, it will happen today when you stand up and you take a step and repeat. We'll talk about that. My name is Scott Smith, founder, chief motivating officer here at motivationtomove.com. If I didn't already tell you that, because I'm in a stream of consciousness right now, so it's a common name. People forget it sometimes. You know, Scott Smith. How could that be your real name? Yeah, it is. So stand up, take a step, repeat. When I first started this business a long time ago, my mission was to get you motivated. That was it. Love motivation. Motivation is absolutely essential. But I very quickly learned something. I learned that I can motivate you, but I probably couldn't keep you motivated very long because life gets in the way. And as soon as life gets in the way, then it becomes a strategy of mastery to kind of fix it. Because the bottom line is, no matter how motivated you are, if you don't have the mastery of the tools it takes to create what you want, it's going to be hard to stay motivated, right? You know that. So this has evolved over time, but the world's most straightforward, the world's simplest success recipe is very simple. It is stand up, take a step, repeat. Well, let's break it out before we break it out. Stand up. What does that mean, Scott? Exactly what do you mean by that? And I've had literally people say that to me. I said, stand up. Well, what do you know? Really, what do you mean? Stand up. Move. Now, theoretically, you could write an email. Theoretically, you can make a phone call. As long as you're moving action forward. But ultimately, I'd prefer you stand up. Because if you stand up and you start moving, your body physiology takes over and suddenly everything else is easy. So I prefer you stand up. So that's the very first thing. In other words, put yourself in action mode. Just stand up. Scott, I don't know what to do. Yeah, most people don't know what to do. I didn't know what I was going to do when I started this business. I just knew that I wanted to do it. I had no idea how it was going to happen. I just stood up and said, go, make it up, figure it out. Number 2, take a step. A lot of people stand up. Get these conversations all the time. Hey, what are you going to do? Scott, let me tell you about my plan. I got big plans. This is what it's going to be. I have determined this is what's going to make me world famous, and I'm going to go do this right now. Okay. You have stood up. Week or two goes by. How you doing on that? Well, I've been busy at work. Yes, graduation season. The kids are busy. The vacation. Kids are going to be home all summer long, so I'm hoping I'm going to get to it by the fall. Got to take a step. You got to stand up. You got to take a step. And then you repeat until you get what you want. We find out what works, keep doing it. You know, by God, here's my advanced version for these people who can't quite figure it out. If you're really advanced people, if stuff's not working, don't repeat it, okay? I'm just saying. I've never said that before in my life. If you're doing stuff and it's not working, don't repeat it. It's never going to work. So a member wrote asking for some very simple advice. She said, how do I follow this advice best that you give me, this thing you call stand up, take a step, repeat? How do I follow that advice, Scott? I was like, just stand up, then take a step. I get it. Number 1, stop what you're doing. Find a place where nobody will interrupt you for at least 5 minutes. You got that? Stop what you're doing. Find a place where nobody will interrupt you for at least 5 minutes. Lock yourself in a room. Lock yourself in the car. I don't care where it is. Where's your quiet place if you have one, right? To me, sometimes it's a car, honestly. Or I wait for my wife to leave and then I bolt the doors. God forbid she walk in when I'm talking to myself or something. No, it's okay. I do that anyway. I just record it and send it out to you too. Stop what you're doing. Find a place. 5 minutes. Don't be interrupted. While you're doing that, I want you to focus on you. What are you going to focus on? I was on a call with a client the other day talking about sleep issues, something we do, and he said, my biggest issue is sleep. But I hear you talking about that Helix Sleep on your podcast. To be honest with me, do you think it will help me? I get he's saying be honest, right? But Helix is my sponsor. But yes, I sleep on their mattress. And while it may not be obvious, I said I sleep on their mattress. I didn't sleep on the old one that I had. I said, buy Helix. Give it a try. They have a 120-night sleep trial and limited lifetime warranty. You have nothing to lose. Remember those days you used to go to the mattress store and buy from the mattress guy and hope and pray that it worked? And mean, the pain was real. If you didn't get it right, your bank account and your back hurt for the next 10 years. We don't do that anymore. Look, Helix has a website. Check it out. They'll tell you everything that I can't tell you right now. I know because I went there to get my Helix mattress. They've got their warranty. Helix delivers your mattress right to your door with free shipping in the U.S. And before you know it, you're snoring, sleeping like a baby, not a husband. Listen, this is my second Helix mattress. I won't tell you what brand I got rid of because I got another Helix. You're going to like it. Go to helixsleep.com/dailyboost for 20% off site-wide, 25% off Luxe mattresses, 30% off Elite mattresses. That's helixsleep.com/dailyboost for 20% off site-wide, 25% off Luxe mattresses, 30% off Elite mattresses. helixsleep.com/dailyboost. Well, a very simple question we ask on Monday, our homework assignment. How's my life going? See, if you can ask yourself how your life is going, and if you're willing to accept the answer, you're going to get some answers. You're going to get a place that you know you have to stand up. You're going to get some actionable steps you're going to have to take. You're going to know what you have to do. So you're going to do that first. You're going to open your mind, let your thoughts come in, the different roles of your life, and bring them into focus. But you got to take about 5 minutes to do it. If you're not going to do that, how are you going to stand up? Now, by the way, I'll give you this as well. If you don't want to ask that question, what you can do is you can take 5 minutes off to yourself and say, well, this is what I really think I need to be doing. Let me take 5 minutes and say, how do I do it? How do I stand up? How do I take a step? How do I get there? But you got to stop and take the 5 minutes to do it. Most of you all so busy scrolling on your phone, never taking the time to think by yourself, that you can't get clarity. Most people, you put them in a room with nothing to do, they go crazy. I was at the doctor's office the other day, and my hip thing that's going on, I didn't take my phone. They don't always like to have phone in doctor's offices anyway, and I used to take my phone all the time because I sit in the waiting room. Let me sit there and scroll like everybody else does. I didn't do that. I went in there, and I sat there without my phone, and guess what I did? There was 2 magazines on the shelf. I picked up the magazine first. I thought, well, magazines are kind of boring. Let me go ahead and talk to the people in the room. And as soon as I started talking to people in the room, they all put their phones away. Crazy. So we're going to take 5 minutes to ourselves. You're going to focus on you. You can ask how your life is going. You're going to open up. You're going to figure out what you can do. You're looking for that first step, that stand-up step, that take a step first step, and maybe that repeat step as well. For everything going well, keep it going. And when you're done, you're going to be lost. It happens all the time when you ask yourself a question about what I'm going to do, because the reality is you're here today asking for some ideas. I'm not telling you specifically what to do, but you might buy into it. You might believe in me just enough to say, okay, I'm going to take 5 minutes. I'm going to do what this knucklehead on this podcast says. I'm going to go into my own little world, focus on myself, ask how my life is going, and let it all flood into me. And I'm going to go, it's good, it's bad, but I got these things I really would like to do. Can't quite figure out how to do it. That's why I'm on the podcast. Damn it, Scott, I'm on the podcast today, so you'll tell me what to do. I don't have to tell you what to do. You know what to do. Another question for you. What can I do? I know it's a silly question. It makes no sense at all, does it? I'm so confused, and these are places where I'm stuck. But what can I do? There must be something I can do. What can I do that I can make this life better? What can I do? Now, here's the problem. Most of you are not going to do that. And if you do that, even more of most of you are, does that make sense? A lot of you are going to not do what you said. Why? Because you're scared. You're going to say, what can I do? And suddenly your brain's going to say, well, if you did this, you'd fix all your problems. And you go, yeah, I don't want to do that. It's okay, though. It doesn't really matter, because once you think about it, once you get it in your mind, then you're going to do it. It's going to gnaw on you for a while. You see, when you take the time to stop what you're doing, you focus on you, you ask that question, how's my life going? To ask the question, what can I do? No matter, even if I'm scared to death to do it, it's done, man. It's done. It's baked in now. You can't ever go back. Next time you look in the mirror, you're going to be thinking, man, why haven't I done that thing I knew that I had to do? And you can do it now or you can do it later, but take some very serious advice from me right now. You will change when you wear yourself out. It'll be in an instant. It's going to be amazing. You will change when you wear yourself out. So when you've taken the time to figure out what you need to be doing and you refuse to do it because it scares you, or you don't have time or something like that, and every one of us has every single excuse like that. One day you're going to wake up and say, enough, I've had it. It's over. I'm done. Today is the day. I stand up. I take a step. I repeat. I'm worn out. I'm not going to do this anymore. And you won't. 5 minutes a day to stay on track. Check in with yourself. Adjust. Keep on moving. That's how you do it. All right, what's tomorrow's show? Oh, man, we're going to talk about quitting. I had an argument about quitting one time. He quit arguing with me. It worked.
Keep moving, gotta get back up, what?